Yes, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football with Ends. Welcome to the Barcelona corner. We're going to be chopping up Barcelona and how they've been doing so far this season. I am so happy these guys are back on top where they belong, above the Real Madrids of this world. Because we already know, man, Real Madrid don't deserve to be where they are, man. They just buy the talent. We produce the talent. La Masa is the best in the world. Big up to Barcelona nonetheless. 3-0 win against Osasuna in midweek with the changes, as obviously we didn't have Rafinha because of him traveling back from the international Rojo as well, being, him traveling back as well, so we couldn't use him. But I think the rotational, the way we've been rotating this season, and it shows against Genoa, we could still rotate and drop players like Frankie de Jong to the bench, and Gavi could play left wing, and bringing in Farin in there, and it's just so great watching how this team has just gotten better and better and better as it goes on throughout the season. But yesterday, we'll go with this man. 2 goals, fantastic from him. He came back against Osasuna off the bench as well, and he scored a fantastic header. And then again, pulling it back and going, I can still score. I can still do this job, even at, him getting older and older. But you can see that the sharpness is there, the movement is still there. The poacherness is still there, and he still misses a fair few chances as well. To be fair, he hasn't been his most clinical self, but he's up there, with 25 goals in La Liga so far this season and counting. They've got 9 more games left. Can Barcelona secure the La Liga title? Well, I think they can. I think Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid are pretenders this season. Yes, they had to go and get Kylian Mbappe to help them, and Alvarez have come to Atletico Madrid as well, and to help them as well. But I just feel the way that this team, and no matter who comes in, no matter who we rotate and who comes into this squad, Barcelona still finds a way to win games of football. You're looking at this line, if you're like, well, there's no Rafinha in there, you're like, no Frankie de Jong, there's no Dani Olmo in there, but they still find a way. They still play fantastic football. They're still able to have a strong defensive unit as well. And that's why they sit with a plus 54 in the goal difference in La Liga. And the closest one to them is Real Madrid on 33. Do you know what I mean? But it's not about them. Bun them guys anyway. But just looking at this team, and I want to highlight a couple of players, none other than this wonder kid, Lamine. Honestly, 17 and counting, and being able to produce the performances game in, game out, week in, week out, month in, month out in the Champions League against the big clubs, against the Real Madrids. Whoever you put in front of this kid, whatever defenders you put in front of him, he is not phased. Um, just a fantastic way. He makes the game look so easy. But the one thing I really, really love about him is his decision making. He always makes the right decision at the right time. He never holds on to the ball for longer than he needs to. When there is a pass on, he makes it. And that's hard to find in young players, in this day and age, because they want to go and show what they're about. They want to go and express themselves. But just that moment when you release it to make the difference, he has got that in abundance. So he's one of them I've pulled out and gone, yeah, he's just a standout. And he plays the game as if he's been playing it for 20 plus years. Like he's a regen of someone we know. We already know the regen. I'm sure you guys will put 2 and 2 together. But the other guy as well is Pedri. Honestly, he is probably one of the most complete midfielders out there currently right now. Passing, tackling, as a leader, can finish, he assists. Like you can put him anywhere on the pitch. He dictates the tempo. He keeps the game ticking for Barcelona. Honestly, if you guys don't go and watch any Barcelona games this season, and I'm sure we got some Barca fans out there, but there is some people that's not watching the other leagues and not really seeing what these type of players are doing. You hear the name and you just assume, nah, they're good. You need to watch them. You have to go and watch them. But Pedri, oh my, like, I don't even think I have the words. I don't have the words to describe how good this guy is and how long he's been playing. And he's still young as well. It's great. Barcelona are in a great position. They're in a fantastic position. to not only win this season but also win going forward as well. And I think with the likes of Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid, they have to consistently keep buying these players to help them win. They don't really have I don't know. It's not like a family club, and I think that's for me where I support Liverpool, and it's a family club, and Barcelona. I'm just drawn to them because I feel like they match the same. I don't know. They match the same characteristics we have as a fan. What they do as well, and they bring through the youth and give the youngsters their opportunities, and they don't just, oh, we need to spend loads of money to be successful. We can be successful in our own way as well. But Pedri, he's been so amazing, man. And countless games where in the Champions League he's been Barcelona's best player. There's players on there, doing really well. Lamine as well, we just mentioned, but he just he just makes everything work for them. He just makes everything work for them. Yeah, he just makes everything tick. Everything works within that system for them. And then, the main man himself, Monday motivation, Mr. Rafinha, man. He's definitely up there for the Ballon d'Or shout this season. I think alongside Mo Salah. I think them two. He hasn't got the same amount of like goal contribution as you'd say a Salah has for Liverpool Football Club. But overall, when you watch Rafinha play, he's been outstanding for Barcelona as the captain, the leader of the team. The goals he comes up in vital moments, the type of assist, just he's able to just be able to drop into different positions and operate across the front line when needs be, and eye for a pass, goals, assist, work rate, determination. The mindset that he has. I would have loved him to have him at Liverpool Football Club. And big up to Savage as well. He mentioned him, when he was at Leeds to come to Liverpool. And I remember a lot of the Liverpool fans scrutinizing him and going, yeah, don't really think he's that good. And I was like, no, he is that good. But now he's gone to somewhere where he's able to go and express and play the football he wants to play. And you can see it. He's definitely up there for me in the Ballon d'Or shout for this season. Whether or not he can win it, that's something else we have to kind of wait on and see. But honestly, man, he's been superb this season. And then we will talk about Hansi Flick, coming into Barcelona, big shoes to fill, you know, and he's come in and done it well. There's past managers, your Peps, your Javis that's been there, Right Cards has been there, and many more we can kind of mention. But he's come in and got Barcelona going back to the old way, the tiki taka, that fluid football where you can really go and express and enjoy it, but at the same time, the work rate, the desire to defend and make sure we can see out wins. Yes, we have conceded, a few goals this season in terms of games where you're like, nah, it's a bit closer than you'd want to. Noticeably, like the Benfica games that we played, and you're like, we score, they score, we score, they score. But I feel like they're now understanding the Flick way. They're understanding the way that he wants to play. And I think he's got them playing where no matter who comes into the team now, they're gonna keep to that standard. No matter who comes in, whether it's defense, whether it's in midfield, no, whether it's in the front line, whoever comes in, they're gonna play the exact way. And that's what I love going forward. And look, there's other guys, like Ancelotti, that's not, he's a big guy out there. He's one of the best managers out there, but I don't think he can keep up. I think with him, there's no real system for them. It's go and allow the players you buy, the quote unquote, the big money players we go and get to come in and yeah, you guys go and do what you can and help us win the game. The Vinnies, the Mbappes, the Jude Bellinghams, the Rodrigos of Valverde's. Go and do what you guys can do. There's no real tactics. There's no real understanding of what they do, and the big guys will just win them the game. That's all it is. That's the way that I look at them. I don't know if you guys will share the same sentiment, but that's what I see. I don't see any real tactics there to kind of for them to really play. Just they so heavily reliant on the big guys. And I'm not saying you can't rely on your top players because I'm sure the argument can go both ways, and you can say the same for Barcelona. But I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I really don't see it from them. I don't know. They're not as good as what they were. But they somehow find a way to win. But I feel like they're just that level behind Barcelona this season because no matter what Hansi Flick does in terms of rotating the squad, we get the same result. With them, you take Bellingham out of there. If you had to rotate Bellingham out, like the other night when they were struggling, they had to go and draw for Vinny Jr. They had to go and get Rodrigo off the bench. They can't win without these guys on the pitch, where Barcelona, on the other hand, can win, as you guys can see. And then when you look at the other manager, sitting in third place, Atletico Madrid, you got Simeone. I really like this guy. He's one of those guys I would love to have played for, because I know he's one of those guys that you'd want to run for a brick wall for. I think he's a top manager out there. He hasn't won enough to kind of show that, but he's been Atletico for so many years, man. I think it's over 10 years, I want to say. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys, but he's trying his best to make Atletico stay where they are in terms of like being the third best team in La Liga. They currently are. Obviously, they've had the seasons where they've won it over Real Madrid and Barcelona when Suarez made his transition over to that side, and when Barcelona for some reason didn't think he was good enough to kind of stay. He was getting old, they said, but he went on to go and win the title in that season. But yeah, I just think Hansi Flick, he's just got enough to keep Ancelotti out and keep Simeone out. But guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts on this. But Barcelona, man, keep cooking. That's what we're about to do. We're going to win that. We're going to probably win the Champions League because Liverpool's not in it. So I want Barcelona to win it. And Liverpool go and win the Premier League, I'll be the happiest man on the planet. But guys, listen, go and enjoy the rest of your day, evening or night, no matter where you are around the world. And consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys. Peace.